to start recording now. Okay. So, good afternoon. Tim Randall from Links Magazines, broadcasting once again from my kitchen table in sunny Tavistock. And this afternoon, I'm joined by Ian Perrior from Dial a Dog Wash. Hello, Ian.
Hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And now we've just been talking briefly. So you were telling me that you've been quite busy and actually have been able to operate most of the way through lockdown. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm a member of the Pet Industry Federation and been taking advice from them. And because I'm able to social distance, I've been able to keep operating throughout. A lot of people think I have been closed, but obviously I haven't. So any customers who've booked me, I've been ringing them up a day or two before, just checking they're still comfortable that I visit. The bulk of them are. Some with underlying medical needs have just said, could you just leave it and we'll contact you when it's over. So that's what I've been doing.
Yes, yeah. It's been difficult for all of us during lockdown. You know, some many people I've spoken to, some have been able to work, some have been able to work in a curtailed kind of way. And like yourself, you know, as long as you ask the customer whether they're happy for you to take the dog and that. But of course, you're mobile. You're a mobile dog grooming service. So it's not a question that people have to come to you and go into a small premises or shop or whatever. You actually go to them, and you're completely and utterly self-sufficient when you get to people's homes, aren't you?
Absolutely, yes. So I turn up in a converted van. So it's a grooming parlour you'd expect to see in a high street, but it's in the back of the van. So I turn up. The only thing that I require is to be able to plug a normal 13-amp plug in. So a lot of people have outside plugs now, or they leave the garage open, or I can just leave the lead on the front doorstep, and then the customer plugs me in, and then we can either hand the dog over on the lead, or we can tie it on a post, or people have left the dog in an outbuilding for me. Pick the dog up and then get it in the van, and first thing I do is wash the dog. And I think government advice from day one's been wash your hands in warm soapy water. That's what I'm doing day in, day out. That's why I wash the dog. Then if the customer requires the dog's coat to be clipped, we can obviously have a discussion at a distance about what the customer requires. So I clip the coat, do the ears, clip the nails. I've started to do ultrasonic teeth cleaning now. So really? Some people want their teeth cleaned, and that's becoming more and more popular now, when people can see the difference it's actually making.
Gosh, right. Okay. I didn't realise you offered that as well.
Yeah. I've been doing that since August last year. And I was very dubious at the time of it, but it's basically it's a toothbrush. It goes in the mouth with a special toothpaste, but it doesn't need to vibrate in the mouth. So it's, you know, you can brush gently the dog's teeth with it if you want to, but you don't need that to get the plaque off. And it basically just explodes the water from the saliva and the toothpaste. It explodes and it just helps lift the plaque off. And it'll take a number of sessions, but I've had some real good successes with it.
Oh, excellent. That's really interesting. As I say, I mean, I wouldn't have thought that you would offer that. But I mean, I was talking to someone the other day who actually spends a lot of money taking their dog into the vet to be sedated or put under for a clean. And it was like £180 or something like that to do. It was extraordinary.
And the dog's going under general anaesthetic for it as well.
That's right, yeah, with all the risks that entails.
And particularly for older dogs whose teeth are going to be worse.
Yes.
You don't want to put them through a general anaesthetic.
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself in front of a dog where you kind of wouldn't want to go near its mouth?
Normally the smell's not too great.
Well, I'm just thinking about biters, you know. Sort of.
Yeah, you get to know the dogs. And I'd always start off, before I'd recommend it to anyone, obviously check the teeth anyway, but I'd always put the handle of a brush just against their gum in their mouth and just check they're happy with something being in their mouth.
Yes.
So you sort of almost check whether they're going to be okay with it first.
Yeah. Okay.
But a lot, you know, I've only had one dog that has refused to let me do it.
Right. Brilliant. Okay, so just going back, we went off track a little bit then, but that's really interesting and useful to know that you offer that service. But going back to the fact that you are mobile and you're self-sufficient other than a plug, right at this moment in time, I kind of think that most people at home are now thinking, well, how can I do what I did before, but do it safely and be sure that I'm not going to be contaminated? So I'd have said that you really have the thumbs up in that respect, because as you say, you travel, you go to the home, you don't go in the home, you can interact with the owner without having to be with social distancing, and then you're self-sufficient in your van. So you have a real advantage at this moment in time, I would say, with the kind of service that you offer.
I do, and I think more and more people are going to be working from home for a longer time. So actually, if they can get a dog room while they're working, 16 boxes in one time, which is something else which I'm conscious of, that potentially could be a gain for me.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Excellent. So we were talking again as well about the importance of some people. I've got a dog, and she's sat below me right now, and she's like a ball of fur. She's actually going in for a haircut tomorrow, but actually my groomer hasn't been open for 6 to 8 weeks. But we were talking about the animal welfare associated with dogs being properly groomed. And I know my dog is scratching at the moment every now and again and getting her claw caught in her ear, where it's kind of, I mean, I do brush her, honest, but she's got knots there. She just needs to be shorn. And she's probably about 6, 7 weeks overdue from her normal pattern of being groomed and that. So there is an animal welfare element to this, isn't there, about having your dog properly, professionally groomed regularly?
Well, there is. I mean, because I'm not a grooming parlour. Some grooming parlours have a number of dogs in at a time, but I turn up and it's one dog at a time, so the dog gets my attention the whole time. And obviously, when you're grooming the dog, you're touching it all over, and so you're looking out for lumps and bumps. And dog the other day that had been scratching its ear, the dog that was not behind its ear, and it had got infected. The owner didn't know. So I'm able to say, I found this, and let people know. And I always say to people, if I tell you the dog's got a lump 3 times, I can't remember every dog, but at least you know once, and it's up to you what you do with it. I had a gentleman 2 weeks ago who said that his dog's nails grow very quickly, and he normally takes it to the vets once a month to be clipped, but obviously they won't see him now because it's not urgent. So I can go out and just clip the dog's nails. So it's a bigger picture of things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Clearly, we know that any breed, doesn't matter what size or whatever, you
any breed from Yorkies up to Great Danes. I'll take anything.
Can you get a Great Dane in your van?
Yeah, I've got 2 on the books at the moment. So I don't lift them up onto the grooming table though.
So you're mobile, but what area do you cover? Let's go through the geographical area that you actually cover.
Okay, so very roughly, if you go on the A30 from Exeter to Launceston, and then probably put about a 15-mile radius around those 2 points, that's roughly the area I cover. So I cover Crediton, Oakhampton, Tavistock, Launceston, Lifton, Lewdown, Exeter, Cranbrook. So it's quite a big area. And I'm not in any particular area on any particular day. Wherever I get my first call will dictate that type of area I'm going to be in for that day.
Yeah, and that goes onto the moors as well, Chagford, Morton Hampstead, Princetown, that kind of area?
Not as far as Princetown. I do Morton Hampstead, I do Chagford, I go up to Haytor, and that's roughly where I stop at Haytor. There is Dialogue, which is a franchise, so nationally there's 130, 140 franchises. There are 2 in Plymouth, so Plymouth is covered and Torbay is covered as well by someone else. Yes. So it's part of a big company, been going a number of years. I've had the franchise in this area now for just over 9 years. Company's probably been going about 15, 20 years.
Right, brilliant. So you've been at it 9 years. I think there's something there's something that's comforting about a franchise like that or a group like that, because what comes with that is quality of equipment and training, isn't it? I think with that kind of setup.
It is, and I've had people move to the area who've used our dog wash in different areas who like what they get, so they know what they're going to get basically. And I think also it's, if you take your dog to a high street grooming parlour, then your dog will get taken away from you and you'll go back 2-3 hours later and pick it up. Whereas unless it's very cold, very windy or very wet, I like to see the van door open. The dog then doesn't feel confined. The owner's quite welcome to have a look in and see what's happening. Got nothing inside. And also, for me, it's a better working environment because it's fresh air coming in. So it's a win-win all round.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, quite often members of the public will just stop and have a look and have a chat. So
Excellent. And just take me through how people would get hold of you then. You know, they're listening to this, they're thinking, well, I've got a pooch, I fancy using Ian. How would they contact you?
Okay, the easiest way is to look on the website, styledogwash.com. And if you put your postcode in there, then hopefully I'll come up with my contact details. And there's a contact me form on there, or there's my phone numbers. I will say phone numbers are preferable. If I'm working on a dog, I won't answer my phone, but I'll always ring people back. And then we can have a discussion about your dog, what you'd like done to it, and then you're going to want to know the price, and then you can either think about it or we can book it in at a mutually convenient time for both of us.
Yes. So brilliant. So that's how to get hold of you, right? Okay. So just one more thing, really, and it's actually, I think this is just something I'm genuinely interested in. Actually, we talked about it briefly, but is there every dog is different. So do you have to know every style of cut per breed? I know you were saying earlier on, you're not doing show cuts for dogs, but presumably, you know, my Cavachon versus that Great Dane or whatever it might be. I mean, you have to know an awful lot about the breed, each breed, and what cut works on each dog or each breed.
Yeah, you do and you don't. It sounds a bit silly, but so if you've got something like a Great Dane or a Labrador, they're short haired, so it's just a wash and a dry.
Yeah.
When I dry, I don't use warm air. I use a high pressure dry because that then blasts all the loose coats off and they compacted coats. So that's a real good one to get rid of all the hair shedding that you get from short haired breeds.
Right.
And then longer hair breeds, you either some of the breeds need clipping and some don't. So a breed with a double coat won't need clipping. It's actually dangerous to clip them because the short hair becomes like a sweatshirt. But the likes of your Cavachon and things like that, it's a clip all over normally. Sometimes people like a longer face, you know, or ears and longer tail. You know, but it's down to the individual client. And then the clipping is just how short do you want it. So
yeah,
I can. Most people have them clipped down to about 1 centimetre, just under. Some go down to 0.5 centimetre. But then I can also put combs on, so I can clip a lot longer.
Right. Okay, brilliant. I always kind of, we always laugh when my dog Honey, who's the Cavachon, comes back from being cut, because she always looks like something from a new romantic band.
Yeah.
Kind of flock of seagulls or something like that. You know, so
Yeah.
it's kind of sort of it's weird. I can't describe it, but it's terribly funny when she comes back. Right.
You know, like, I had one person who'd had a Mohican, and he said, "Oh, can you clip my dog? But I want it to have a Mohican as well." So okay. Whatever you want.
Yeah, brilliant.
But it's got to be right for the dog as well.
Right, Ian, is there anything else we've forgotten to say?
I think that's it, really.
Basically, the message is you're open for business. People know.
Open for business, give me a ring, leave me a message, I'll come back to you, we'll have a discussion, we get your dog books in.
And it's all as safe as it possibly can be these days.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm washing my hands in warm soapy water. I do that anyway to wash the dog. And then when I get in the van, I sanitize my hands because I've had my hands all over the dog, so I don't know what they've got on them. So, and that's what I've always done, and that's what I'll always do.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Brilliant. Well, it's lovely to talk to you, Ian. Good luck, and I'm sure you'll be very, very busy in the next few weeks as we come out of lockdown and people haven't had their dogs cut. Lovely to talk to you. I'm going to say goodbye to our people watching this. So thank you very much again for watching these videos. All these videos are on our website, dartmoorlinks.co.uk. They're all on the homepage there. You can just scroll down and choose the business or the community group that we've spoken to. We're doing this, as I say, just to let people know, our readers and our viewers know what businesses are available and what people are doing and on the safeguards that they're doing. And also there's some fantastic community groups on the website that have just sprung up in the last 6 weeks since lockdown that are doing really, really good work in the local community. So for now, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. There are more videos planned for the rest of the week, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye now.